Jamie, just on the last couple of games for you, clean sheets in the last two league games. You must be very pleased with the last two league games.
Yeah, it's been nice. I think it's been a long time coming. I don't know if we've kept two clean sheets in a row apart from the last two games, so no, it's a good feeling. Yeah, it's positive at the moment. New manager's come in, he's trying to put his stamp on things, and yeah, we're looking forward to tomorrow now.
Just like everyone this season, it's so different from last season. You felt that, all the players have felt that. Has it been difficult to keep your confidence, to keep focused on the job because of what's been going on in the background for you personally?
Yeah, it's been tough at times. I mean, a lot has happened this season. I think I've had like three or four changes in goalkeeper coaches. Obviously, results haven't been going our way. Now, new managers come in, but it's all good for my learning. And I think one thing I learned from the last manager was, focus on the things you can control and focus on your performance, and then eventually the outcomes will follow. And the last two games, I think that's happened, and just looking to continue to follow those positive actions and play the way that I play.
One of the things, obviously, I think that helped you as well last season, and not taken away from your own personal performances, was a very consistent defence. The players who were playing defensively in that three, it was pretty much the same players week in, week out, which is obviously, or the same five if you include the wing backs, which is obviously going to help you, and that's changed quite a bit this season, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, but I think in the last few games we're starting to build that relationship up again. We're being more consistent with our defending. I think the new manager's come in and he wants us to be harder to beat. He wants us to be more aggressive in the way we defend, keeping people outside the box. And I think we've shown that in the last couple of games that we've got the mentality to keep clean sheets, and now it's just about keeping that and moving that forward.
What's it been like since Mark's joined? Obviously, a boost. Everyone's probably, feeling pretty good about things at the moment.
Yeah, I think when a new manager comes in, everyone's got a clean slate. So from that point of view, everyone's looking to impress, and everyone's trying to get themselves in the team essentially. So no, it's been positive. You can't change loads overnight. So some of the messages are similar to what Liam was, but it's about being more aggressive, maybe showing a bit more emotion, a bit more passion on the pitch to really defend and keep the ball at the net.
And obviously, Mark coming in probably did come at the right time, and I think everyone feels that. I think everyone we've kind of moved on from Liam Manning to a certain extent. We've paid our respect to what he did, and now it's the next person in charge. We've talked myself and Mark about the consistency, not those little 10-minute, 15-minute spells of good football all over the pitch, but 90 minutes, well, week in, week out, which is difficult to achieve, but it's the aim, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I think in the manager's last spell, we showed moments, like you said, but it's about putting the 90 minutes together. And I think, the new managers come in, it's a fresh voice. You tend to get a new manager bounce, and that I think we've seen that, and hopefully we'll continue to build on that and build some momentum going into the new year.
From a goalkeeper's perspective, I think obviously you're in, but there will be areas of the pitch that the club will look to strengthen in the January transfer window. Is that something, as a whole, the squad at the moment welcome? Do they want to see fresh faces in to help the fight?
Yeah, I think we've got to, because we are where we are and we're in a relegation fight. That's the reality of the situation. Obviously, no one wants to be there, and fresh faces coming in, that will prove for challenges for people. And the more competition we have, the more competitive it is. Probably the better people will start playing. The people have to step up. So I think it will be a positive if that's what happens.
Really intensive week this week, obviously with Peterborough and then Plymouth away. Two big games, opportunities to follow up the two league wins already.
Yeah, like I said, we want to build some momentum now. We know the next two games, they're not easy games on paper, but I think we've seen from the last couple of games, there's no easy games in this league, and anyone can beat anyone. And we'll go in tomorrow with full confidence. We've picked up a couple of good results, and we just want to continue building on the good things we've seen in the last couple of games, trying to be solid, trying to stay in games for longer. We have quality up the top end of the pitch, and we can create chances and score goals.
That's great. Thanks.
Cheers. Thanks so much.
Best part of a year now you've spent at Stadium MK. How have you found it?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. I've learned so much, playing week in, week out. And I think the contrast from last season being at the top end of the league to this season being, you know, near the relegation zone. It's different challenges, but I think, you know, altogether it's been like really good for my development, and I've learned loads.
Where do you think that you have improved in this time?
I think personally, like how I'm in the change room, how I'm looking to like lead the team a bit more this season. Obviously, I experienced what happened last season. I experienced the highs of that, but you know, really coming through as a person, trying to help others in the team. I think that's been one of the main areas I've looked to improve.
And you mentioned there it has been a tough sort of start to this season, but obviously there's all the confidence in the world in that dressing room at the moment that you'll get out of it.
100%, yeah. We're confident. We've picked up a couple of good results, and we just need to build the momentum now. New manager, we're going to look to continue to, you know, improve, and that's all we can do. We just need to look to continue to pick up results.
We spoke to Jack Tucker after the game at Portsmouth, and he praised you for your recent performances and said that you were feeling a little bit beaten up after some of the games where it just seemed to feel like everything was flying in and there was, you know, not an awful lot you could be doing about it. How difficult was it in the run up to that Portsmouth clean sheet?
Yeah, it was a weird few weeks. I think, you know, sometimes as a goalkeeper, things go in the goal and you can't really do much about it, and that tends to like happening week after week. I don't know the exact numbers, but like the shots on target to goals ratio in the past few games was like ridiculous, and I personally like never went through a period of time where that stretches out for so long. But like I mentioned earlier, I think it's more about trying to keep your composure, trying to focus on the things you can control, and eventually the outcome will come. And you know, now a couple of games have gone well, it doesn't change anything for me. You know, it's just sticking to the basics, sticking to how I want to play, how I want to help the team, and that's what I'm going to keep doing.
And of course, around this sort of time last year, you were recalled from Gillingham, and you know, inevitably, MK Dons fans will be worried going into the January window that you may be called back. Have you heard anything from Chelsea? Are you sticking around as far as you're aware?
As far as I'm aware, I'm here to stay. But you know, I know football's a weird game. It happened last season. Like anything can happen in football. But for now, my priority is, you know, helping the team and trying to pick up points for MK Dons.